Section 80C entitles an employee to deductions for the whole of amounts paid or deposited in the current financial year in certain schemes, subject to a limit of Rs 1,50,000. Section 80C, it contains certain schemes, mutual funds, shares, equities, debentures, provident funds, tuition fee, loan on housing, and term deposits. They will be discussed briefly as insurance premium. Any insurance on the life of the individual, the spouse of an individual, or any child of the individual that is covered. Any amount of deduction is allowed subject to the maximum of Rs 1,50,000 for all the schemes under Section 80C. Provident Fund, for example, contribution to General Provident Fund or any recognized Provident Fund or any Provident Fund to which the Provident Fund Act 1925 is applicable. But in this case, it may be noted that the contribution to any fund shall not include any sums in the repayment of loan or advance. That means the government employees who are contributing towards GP fund, only their subscription can be taken into account under Section 80C. No deduction is allowed in case of refunds for General Provident Fund. Sukanya Samriddhi account. Any sum paid or deposited during the year as a subscription to SSA or Sukanya Samriddhi account, that is also deductible under this section. ULIPs or Unit Linked Insurance Plan. Any sum paid as contribution in the case of an individual for himself, his spouse, or any child, that is covered under Section 80C. Any subscription made to any such deposit scheme of or any contribution to any such pension fund set up by the NHB as the central government may, by notification in the official gazette, specify in this behalf, for example, public deposit scheme of HUDCO. Any subscription made to PDS of HUDCO, that is also deductible under this section. Home loan. It must be remembered that home loan has two components. One is the principal, other is the interest paid. Only the principal amount is covered under Section 80C, while the interest that is covered under Section 24 of Income Tax Act. The deduction will be allowable in respect of repayment of loans borrowed by an SSE from the government or any bank or LIC or NHB or certain other categories of institutions engaged in business of providing long-term finance for construction or purchase of houses in India. But the construction of house that must be completed within 5 years of taking such loan, and the taxpayer, he must not transfer this property within 5 years of construction of the building. Otherwise, the principal amount is not deductible under Section 80C. The various provisions under Income Tax Act related to home loan, that will be covered in a separate video. Further, tuition fees. Whether at the time of admission or thereafter, the tuition fee paid to any university, college, school or any other educational institution situated in India for the purpose of full-time education of any two children of employee. Full-time education means any education course offered by any university, college, school or other educational institution to a student who is enrolled full-time for the said course. It is also clarified that full-time education includes play school activities, pre-nursery and nursery classes. Further, it is clarified that the amount available as tuition fees shall include any payment of fee to any university, college, school or other educational institution in India, except the amount representing payment in the nature of development fees or donations or capitation fees or payment of similar nature. Others, for example, subscription to equity shares or debentures, subscription to any units of any mutual fund, subscription to such bonds issued by NABARD, etc. So this is Section 80C. The total deduction under Section 80C, Section 80CCC and Section 80CCD, that is 1,50,000 50,000. That's the cap for section 80C, 80CCC and 80CCD subsection 1. Let's discuss section 80CCC. Section 80CCC allows an employee deduction of any amount paid or deposited out of his income chargeable to tax to effect or keep in force a contract for any annuity plan of LIC of India or any other insurer for receiving pension from the funds. You must have heard about Jeevan Suraksha policy. That Jeevan Suraksha policy that is covered under section 80CCC. And then there are deductions under section 80CCD. There are two types of deductions under section 80CCD, that is under subsection 1 and subsection 1b. Subsection 1 under section 80CCD, it covers the deductions made under National Pension Scheme or NPS. But the maximum limit under section 80CCD subsection 1 is rupees 1,50,000 because the total cap for section 80C, section 80CCC and section 80CCD subsection 1 is 1,50,000. There is another section called section 80CCD subsection 1B. This subsection provides an additional benefit to the NPS subscribers. The additional benefit is in the form of deduction of rupees 50,000. The deduction of rupees 50,000 shall be allowed whether or not any deduction is allowed under subsection 1. That means if a person who is contributing to various schemes, LIC premia, loans and debentures, and he is allowed a deduction of rupees 1,50,000 under subsection 80C, he can use his NPS deductions under subsection 1B of section 80CCD to gain a benefit of rupees 50,000. However, the same amount cannot be claimed both under subsection 1 and subsection 1B. The aggregate amount of deductions under sections 80C, 80CCC and 80CCD subsection 1 shall not exceed rupees 1,50,000. That means the life insurance premium, the repayment of amounts borrowed for housing purpose, the GP fund, the SLI, the tuition fee, national savings certificates, ULIPs, mutual funds, equity, shares, debentures, and Jeevan Suraksha policy or contribution to NPS under section 80CCD subsection 1, this will not exceed rupees 1,50,000. However, the deduction allowed under section 80CCD subsection 1B is an additional deduction in respect of any amount paid in the NPS up to rupees 50. For example, calculation of income tax in the case of an employee below 60 years of age with a valid PAN furnished to employer. Let's assume that the gross salary of the employee is 7,20,000. He contributes towards NPS at 1 lakh rupees per year and his premium towards LIC is rupees 20,000. The tuition fees for 3 children, 10,000 rupees each, equals to rupees 30,000. Investment in ULIP, rupees 30,000. So let's make some calculations. Gross salary here is rupees 7,20,000. Gross total income is only from salary because there is no other source of income. That means 7,20,000 is the gross total income. Less deductions under section 80C. Here, deductions made under section 80C include the premium for LIC, the tuition fee for only 2 children, the investment in the ULIP, and the NPS contribution under section 80CCD subsection 1. So, LIC premium is rupees 20,000, tuition fee for any 2 children. He pays rupees 10,000 for each child. That means tuition fee for 2 children is rupees 20,000. Investment of ULIP rupees 30,000. But here NPS contribution, he was contributing towards NPS at the rate of rupees 1 lakh. But had he made the deduction of rupees 1 lakh under section 80C and under section 80CCD subsection 1, then that would have been of no value because the maximum limit under these sections इज 1,50,000। मान लीजिए इसने यहाँ पे ₹1,00,000 कंट्रीब्यूट किया होता, सो द टोटल हैड बीन 20,000 प्लस 20,000 प्लस 30,000, दैट मीन 70,000 प्लस 1,00,000, 1,70,000, बट उसको सिर्फ बेनिफिट मिल रहा 1,50,000 का। सो यहाँ पे इसने क्या किया है, he has made the deduction of only 80,000 under this section and the total deduction is 1,50,000. Deduction under subsection 80 CCD. Deduction under section 80 CCD subsection 1B. He has used the rest of 20,000 out of ₹1,00,000 of NPS. Under section 80 CCD subsection 1B. इससे उसको फायदा आ रहा है क्योंकि अगर उसने NPS ₹1,00,000 यहाँ पे यूज किया होता अंडर सेक्शन 80 CCD सबसेक्शन 1, तो उसको टोटल फायदा 1,50,000 का मिलता, बट ही हैज यूज्ड इट सेपरेटली, दिस 20,000 सेपरेटली, तो उसको एक एडिशनल बेनिफिट मिल रहा है 20,000 रुपीज का। सो टोटल इनकम माइनस डिडक्शंस इज ₹5,50,000। अदरवाइज उसकी टोटल इनकम यहाँ पे 5,70,000 होती had he claimed NPS under section 80 CCD subsection 1 only. So since his total income is ₹5,50,000, total income minus deductions, so no rebate will be allowed under section 87A, because such rebate will be allowed only when the total income minus deductions is ₹3,50,000. So income tax thereon up to 2,50,000 it is nil, 2,50,000 say up to 5 lakh it is at the rate of 5%, that is 12,500, and 50,000 at the rate of 20,000. This means income over 5 lakh, that is 50,000, at the rate of 20%, that is 10,000. So the tax calculated is 22,500. The tax calculated is 22,500. We will add education cess at the rate of 2% of the tax, that comes to 450. Secondary and higher education cess at the rate of 1% of tax, that is 225. So the total income tax payable is 23,175. It is to be rounded off to the nearest 10. Here at the units place we have 5, so we will round off this figure to 23,180.